All right, good afternoon now. This is Peter Leinweber, aka Coach Big Pete of DeepDishFootball.com. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is CoachBigPete@fb@gmail.com if you have any questions. How you guys doing today? Time now for another conference preview as we do the Southwest Suburban Conference. Some very interesting teams, but looks like the same old from last year. To me, just a quick as I go talk about predictions and reviews and all that stuff. They mean nothing. You have to play the game. This is high school football. High school football is a high level of parity. What is up is down, and what is down is up. Anything can change. Everything can change. A couple injuries here, a couple injuries there. Sometimes kids' team chemistry falls. Kids blame other kids, and that's what you gotta love about high school football, the parity of it. Now, my three top dog teams are no surprise: Lincoln Way East, Bolingbrook, and Homewood Flossmoor. My challenging teams: I have Lincoln Way Central, Lincoln Way West. Lincoln Way West looking very good, nice passing game. Billy Dozer and the quarterback looking really good. Um, Outside of that, I also have Bradley Bourbannis. I think Bradley Bourbannis is going to have a great season this season. Nice little young quarterback that they got in the reins. Um, some good wide receivers. One Hartsfield. It's going to be an interesting year for the Bradley Bourbannis Boilermakers and Coach Cole. Lincoln Way Central, that offense is always a mystery to other defenses. Um, and Lincoln Way West, good offense. Now, um, very impressed. Just talking about a couple of other teams. Lockport, I really like their coaching hire. I think they're going to be a couple. I think they're going to be a couple of years, but definitely a team to look out for is Lockport High School. Sandburg, I love their pass rush. I really like their pass rushers. One of them, Woolery, and there's another pass rusher, Sell. I forget his name. He's got a couple offers. He's definitely going to keep an eye out for. But if it's going to be another tough year for Sandburg, but they could if they scratch along some wins. If any of these teams scratch along some wins, watch out for them. Um, I really think it's going to be another tough year for Stag. Personally, um, very interested to see. Uh, Very interested to see basically those three teams, Lincoln Way East, Bolingbrook, and Homewood Flossmoor, how they play against each other. I was at the Bolingbrook and Homewood Flossmoor last year. It's going to be interesting to see. It's definitely going to be interesting to see. Lincoln Way East, to me, they have one of the top wide receiver crews in the state. AJ Henning, um, forget his other name, really good too. Jack Tremblay, young kid to look out for, but they look good. Bolingbrook, they have the most complete quarterback out of their conference, Devin Suggs. Definitely a kid to keep an eye out for. Homer Flossmoor, as always, Coach Cicero on that offensive line. Definitely a thing to watch, especially with how much size he has on that line. Definitely a team to always watch. Okay, so let's get a little bit more in depth into the players. As I talk about the players, Homer Flossmoor. All right. Denzel Bryant, center. Marcus, hopefully I got this right. Marcus Harper, won the offensive line transfer to Simeon, if I'm not mistaken. Lavois, Devontae McCoy, one of the best safeties in the state. Definitely a kid to keep an eye out for as well. Xavier McKinley, a top linebacker. William Pauling, well recruited player. Definitely a kid to keep an eye out for as well. Xavier Frazier, there's another kid to keep an eye out for as well. Good, solid linebacking core for Homer Flossmoor. They have a really young kid to keep an eye out for as well. Trying to pull up his stuff. Malik Jones is definitely another kid to keep an eye out for from Homer Flossmoor. Good quarterback stat. They got they have an athletic quarterback. I think he's a junior. Definitely a kid to keep an eye out for as well. But Homer Flossmoor looks stacked. Um, to me, if I could put a favorite, if I could put a favorite on those three teams that I've talked about, those three top dogs, to me, personally, I don't see any glaring lead. I see three teams that also have glaring weaknesses that balance out all three of each other. And I think it's going to be very interesting, especially with Lincoln Way East, new quarterback, Homewood Flossmoor. Their passing game's definitely a thing that's you got to look at too as well. Um, Bolingbrook. Bolingbrook to me, I think their glaring strength is their quarterback position. I really do, and it's definitely you got Borland too, a tight end. It's it's going to be something interesting. This is going to be a very close race, no doubt about it. Let's get to Lincoln West. AJ Henning, uh, Devin Williams. Sorry about that. Sean McLaughlin, tight end, defensive end, huge player, well recruited, Northwestern commit, definitely kid. Jack Tremblay's a player you got to watch out for, class of 2022 wide receiver. The kid's a beast. Very fast, very quick off the thing. Adrian Wilson, highly recruited rush end for Lincoln Way East. Jacob Kramer, middle linebacker. He controls the middle. Definitely to keep an eye out for. Jamal Johnson, another one of those big playmakers for Lincoln Way East. They got one of the top kickers in the state, too, Dominic Suburban. I'm going to mispronounce names. I do apologize. But Lincoln Way East, Mason Pierre Antonio, there's another wide receiver to keep an eye out for as well. They are stacked at wide receiver. Their quarterback, what's the quarterback name? Kyle Quinn. I'm going to say this right now. If Kyle Quinn is not all conference or all state this season, I know Lincoln Waste didn't have a good season. That's an automatic thing. If Kyle Quinn didn't get all conference, all state, that's just one of my personal best bets. That's one of my personal things right now. All right, so let's get to Bolingbrook. Bolingbrook, key for Bolingbrook. Justin Walters. Key box safety. He controls each sideline. He basically is a huge, big playmaker for Bolingbrook. Trevor Borland, Antonio King on special teams, and also wide receiver. I talked about Devin Suggs, home run hitting safety, Robert Mims. He's definitely a kid to keep an eye out for as well. They got a little one. They got Easton Robinson, another linebacker to keep an eye out for. John Williams, big play, big man from Bolingbrook. Got a lot of offers, definitely another kid to keep an eye out for as well. They also have another rush end. I'm trying to find his name. Caleb Kelly. He's another name to keep an eye out for as well. Danny Gonzalez, another big man offensive guard. He's one of the top in the state. Definitely a name to keep an eye for as well. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting with those three teams because again they are even. They're not even. They're not evenly matched. The weaknesses and the strengths balance out each other in a way that they are literally the same type of level of talent that they have, and it's going to be very interesting to see. And again, like I said, one of these teams will be in the state finals, no doubt about it. That's a personal guarantee. I'll probably be wrong, and you'll throw it back in my face. But hey, what are you going to do about it? Andrew High School. As we talk about Andrew, they got a playmaker in Dehan, Bickle. Don't forget about John Bickle. They got a three-headed running back game with Andrew. Definitely something to keep an eye out for. But John Bickle is definitely a name to keep an eye out for, and Joe Dehan is definitely another kid to keep an eye out for as well. Andrew also's got another offensive lineman. I'm forgetting his name. Adam Winstorfer. Adam Winstorfer is definitely another kid from Andrew that you need to keep an eye out. Definitely big playmaking lineman and Division One talent, no doubt about it. All right, Caleb Macaroni, Billy Dozer, Evan Wodowski. I'm going to get the last name. He's a quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the state. Definitely kid to keep an eye out for the class of 2021, if I'm not mistaken. He's a 2021 quarterback. Yeah, he's a 2021 quarterback. Yeah, definitely kid to keep an eye out for as well. Now we get into Lincoln Way Central. They got a big man to keep an eye out for. Ricky Dobson, Henry Woods, Zach Orr, offensive lineman Jake Legaro, defensive lineman to keep an eye out for as well for Lincoln West Central. But again, that offense that offense is scary because you got to teach your defense patience and talk about this times. When you face those type of offenses where you have to have your defensive player stay in his zone, and he doesn't stay in his zone, he's not patient. Lincoln Way Central can go for a big play, and that's the scary part of it with Lincoln Way Central. Who else? That's about it. Bradley Bourbannis for me. Jason Hartsfield. They had a transfer who transferred to IMG. CJ Dunn. They got a young quarterback as well to keep an eye out for. Cesar Velasquez is definitely another player to keep an eye out for as well. Kate Crair and definitely Derek Bird. He comes back to Bradley Bourbannis. Definitely get to keep an eye out for. Derek Bird is another big offensive lineman for the state of Illinois. Definitely get to keep an eye out for. Robert Longo as well, defensive player as well. Keep an eye out for that. Bradley Bourbannis, again, Coach Cole, Coach Vogel, that staff. They just added a new coach from Kankakee, former head coach of Kankakee. I'm going to Omar Grant. That's a coaching staff. Now, that is a great coaching staff. They added Omar Grant. You could have not asked for a better coach to join that staff. That staff is complete, well coached. Bradley Bourbannis is going to be a team definitely to keep an eye out for as well. Let's go. All right. Hopefully I didn't get I probably got two Sandberg names wrong. No doubt about it. Cameron Woolley, Dylan Goodsell. All right. I messed that up. Yeah, I did. But Cameron Woolley, Dylan Goodsell, two top rushers. Definitely names that you want to keep an eye out for as well. Hayden Biddle, they had a linebacker. He just graduated. Definitely get to keep an eye out for. And they got some size at quarterback as well. But Sandberg's going to be a tough year. But if they string along some wins and they get that pass rush going, because they got two great pass rushers, that could be definitely a game to watch out for. Not a game, but a team to watch out for as well. All right. Lockport, to me, they got a couple of years. They got a couple of years in the building, but they have they hired the right coach for the right job, and I think Lockport's going to be back in the playoffs in a couple of years. And it's going to be it's a positive step towards the future for Lockport Porters. Stag, it's going to be another tough season for them. CJ Lanswig, definitely kid to keep an eye out for as well. I think again, like I said, size is going to be an issue for Stag. That's a definite. But we'll see what happens. Again, like I said, what is up is down. What is down is up. Anything can happen. A parity in high school football, it's going to be big. But the Southwest Suburban Conference, to me, is going to be very interesting with that three-headed beast of Lincoln Way East, Bolingbrook, and Homewood Flossmoor. And it's going to be a hell of a race, a really great race. But I'm going to say this right now. Keep an eye out for Devin Suggs of Bolingbrook. He is a special player. Homewood Flossmoor, they've got a lot of great young guys. And even if Homewood Flossmoor doesn't do anything this season, keep an eye out for them next season because they're going to have a hell of a defense next season. And they always find a way to restock. Those three teams, they always find a way to restock. Lincoln Way West, Billy Dozer, their quarterback, Macaroni. I'm going to mispronounce his last name. I do apologize. But that's going to be a good offense. Lincoln Way West is definitely a team to keep an eye out for. Bradley Bourbannis, they're ready. Lincoln Way Central, Ricky Dobson, all those guys for Lincoln Way Central. It's going to be Lincoln Way Central is going to be a team that's going to be slept out in the beginning, but half the season we're going to wake up to Lincoln Way Central. Definitely a team to keep an eye out for as well. Make sure you follow Coach Big P and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is coachbigpete@fp@gmail.com if you have any questions. Thank you so much. Good luck to everyone this season. No injuries, none of that BS. Hopefully I'm actually going for Bradley Bourbannis versus O'Fallon and probably go to the second game. Make sure you vote for Deep Dish Football Game of the Weekend. My email is coachbigpete@fp@gmail.com. Thank you so much and have a lovely day.